Good morning. It's an honor for me today to stand in front of you to exemplify this landscape heritage study. The case consists of the archaeological park of Segesta in Sicily, Italy, with the discernment through short-time Sentinel-2 remote sensing quantitative analysis, proposing ecological corridors and concluding by setting up 9 maps to the financial computation for analysis hierarchy process. The extent of research starts from digital numbers, relying on two dates, September 14 and 27, 2023, and correspond with the neighbor fire of the Calatafimi forest, which took place on September 17, fully features soil dependent. If yes, how may we fully weight the vegetation heritage emergencies, which technological innovation can be prototyped? I want to answer to this last question. Is the landscape protocol also valid? Certainly, as stated in 1982, we find the definition of historic gardens by IFLA in 82 and in 95 with the declaration of Segesta. To mention the main document, Carta of 1971, I also want to cite two statements. The building complexes of monumental, historical, and environmental interest, the gardens and parks that are considered for particular importance. All the research and analysis carried out with the aid of physics, chemistry, microbiology, and other sciences will be documented. So, as encouraged 40 years ago, I illustrated the contextualization of the Segesta Park, discerning the boundaries and the neighbor fire event signed by the light blue cross. According to the before mentioned vegetation statements, the attention partially relied upon our Mediterranean bioclimatic zone and its specific Pistachia lentiscus plant, a landmark of the Greek colonies. Terrain analysis was carried out, representing the inner park subdivided in 6 sub-regions: steepness, slope, aspect, hillshade. 5 heritage landmarks were also defined into this stage. Here we notice the temple and the theater of this acropolis. Furthermore, the cadastral chances served to the extract percentage and coverage of the forestry and agricultural usage. That is compared to the topographical morphology, here visualizing tree profiles and its palette as a result of such triple interaction. 11 post-fire binary mapping indices were processed as of 2 sensing dates from the Sentinel-2 inventory. Initially, the NDVI regularly calculated to detect high-level reflection of vegetation in the NIR wavelengths and served to comprehend visually and quantitatively important radiation by chlorophyll in the red spectral region. Visually, the NDVI cumulative growth can be seen as a curve. The yellow segment mainly enhanced general endangered values of zoning under the regional law, -1 to 0.2 bare soil, 0.2 to 0.6 unhealthy, 0.6 to 1 as healthy. Normalized difference red age index measurements. Therefore, in this slide, we are able to distinguish our NDVI and the correlation of 6 cadastral agricultural types, including slope, aspect, and hillshade by 200 square meters spaced cell grid. 6 corridors were defined to protect the Mediterranean shrubs coverage with agreement of a slope classification 0 to 10 degrees. I invite all the peers to read this investigation to get access to get a detailed view. So such as for the temple surrounding within the pink and white merely limestones. Underground qualities. Barn area index benefits of pixel values from the red band and from the near infrared band NIR. Differentiation between two dates, that is here with evident. With the result of differentiated barn area index and served to emphasize the carbon residue based signal along the eastern south precipice F and below the Greek palace ruins G. 7 proposed corridors are in depth measured and exposed. 3 clusters distinguishable arranged under good management, herbaceous and vineyards. So here I repeated the iteration from the remaining field observations. As a measure of biodiversity, I proposed the maninik that represents a variety of biological variability within the 6 topological boundaries of species richness independency, also executed by Shannon, alpha diversity, Berger-Parker for disturbed soils, dominance D, equitability, Margalef hypothesis for landscape functional structure of biodiversity and Shannon for the flow information. Above barn area index detection is also confirmed. The topological palette is for 6 sclerophyllose microecosystems. Here 9 channels covering from left to right Mediterranean shrubs, generic shrubs, vineyards, olive groves, herbaceous, and tree crops. Beyond another scope, water extraction bodies. Most urgent identification of barn severity by relating NIR and SWIR values. Delta and BIR are pre and post fire events. Delta mid-infrared barn index with spectral reflectance 2.1 micrometers. Delta normalized barn ratio and relativized barn ratio discerning 3 discrete barn severity orientations unchanged, low, moderate, and high. Below, 2 anomalies show for the E-temple corridor 2 important emergencies to face off, DNDVI and DBAI. Shapiro-Wilk formula, one of the most powerful tests to prove normality with 0.564 with 0.8851 values, higher kurtosis agreement among NDVI, NDE, BAI, and NBR SWIR revealed critical importance for the 2 timeframes within the A2 corridor through BAI spectral recognition, Platykurtic 2.33 and 0.71, with a median 22.66 and 19.25. Has similarity index. 3-factor analysis with environmental variables were executed and flagged by red marker sending for highest means, blue the lowest, resulting for a moderate R-squared value, ternary plots for each driver of the analytical hierarchy process by Vargas and Seti Thomas as a prover factor on the basis of weighting for those qualities. The AHP method by Sati fits this necessity to the weight 8 input drivers for the second time frame. Visual initial assessment grouped NDVI, NDE, and NBRI SWIR into a ternary clustering with kurtosis respectively registered 0.99, minus 0.95 and 4.15, and a lower one 0.51, minus 0.62 and minus 1.04 slope aspect and hill shade. Without the ternary approach, the figure 39 shows regularly single values, and DVI was highly preferred thanks to the higher definition than NDE. Slope was as well prioritized, and drainage saved to check hydrologic mechanics of the park because of the intuition from the digital elevation model. Maximum eigenvalue computed is 11.35, exceeding by 1.35%, very close to 10% to the most robust architecture for this evaluation. Last consideration regarding finally to cost for this reforestation used for life cycle assessment. Pistachio lentiscus in those exact areas highly damaged, endangered, orange, moderately affected by loss currents, by less extent. Thank you very much for this space and attention. Goodbye.